is to get access to his masters,
Right.
and they tried to sabotage Prince's career. They wouldn't. You notice they haven't played Prince songs on the radio in about 20 years. They don't play his songs, but Prince can still sell out a concert overnight.
Right.
So he waited until the 35-year term was up, because there's a clause in contracts where artists, if they sign a contract after 1976, if they wait 35 years, they can refile to own their masters. They can own their copyrights.
Right.
What happens, most artists don't last that long,
Right.
or they'll re-sign a janky deal and then they have to wait another 35 years.
Right.
Prince said, no, I'm not signing another deal with the majors. If you don't want to put out records for me and I got to bow down to you, I'll change my name to a symbol,
Right.
and still perform. That's how gangster that brother was.
And sit on the music. 'Cause
Exactly.
He got
a
a
vault.
Right.
Well, Prince has a vault of stuff. They've been trying to get a hold of that vault for years.
Right.
And he's like, I ain't giving you nothing.
Exactly.
I'll sell my songs at my concerts. Prince was moving and shaking and hustling the game.
I heard.
And they didn't like that. And also they couldn't really license his music because he wrote all of his songs.
Right.
So if you want to license a song or some music, you have to get permission from the songwriter, even if the record label owns it.
Exactly.
So Prince was like, y'all ain't eating off me no more.
Right.
So he waited them out, got access to his masters, but the record label, now that they have a deal with him, they're in the pocket with them. So
Right.
they have access to that now.
Right.
So now, all of a sudden, after 30 years of him fighting the record label, he gets his masters back, and a couple of years later, he's dead, and nobody knows what the man died from. They done said about 5 different things.
Yeah.
Yesterday it was the flu. Then somebody said it was AIDS. Then they said it was an overdose. Now somebody's talking about suicide. They haven't even decided what lie they're going to use. I mean, it's too many coincidences there. Yeah. The only people who took control of their catalog and they didn't die were the black people who were crazy as hell.
Yeah.
Like James Brown.
Yeah.
Now, James Brown, he got his catalog, but James Brown rode around with a gun. So they had to lock him up. Yeah.
You got to leave him alone.
You got to leave James alone. And look at, and Suge, people talk about Suge, but Suge had control of his stuff.
Yeah.
And Suge was about that life. So nobody was going to come run up on him like that. But they still got my brother on some other stuff. But that just goes to show, whenever we try to take control of something bad always happens, and I don't think that's a coincidence.
Show you what these fucking contracts be saying, man. It's crazy. And right, you know what? When I was remember when I first started doing the Hidden Colors, I had a lot of TV show offers before. Then after, when Hidden Colors became very successful, I started getting a lot of offers again, just out the blue. When Hidden Colors started really popping off and became real successful, suddenly, those same networks started hitting me back up again, trying to do deals, trying to get me into contract with them. Then I realized what was happening. I started looking at the fine print. I'm like, okay, now if I sign with one of these networks for reality shows, and they were throwing shit at me just for me to appear on certain shows. And this is the thing. Even if it's not your show, even if you just appear on a show, they can still get a percentage of your future earnings. Even if you walked on a show and did one episode, if you did one episode on one of these shows, they can get everything you earn for forever. And they kept trying to get me to do these cameos on multiple shows. I'm like, why the fuck do they want me on this? Some of these random ass TV shows on like Oxygen, and like, it was real weird. I'm like, why do they want me on this show? That's not even my audience. Then I start looking at the paperwork and I'm like, oh, okay. If I went on one of those shows, they had some shit in the contract where, they're going to get a percentage of my future earnings. So they were trying to cut into some of that Hidden Colors money. They were trying to cut into some of that Hidden Colors paper. That shit was crazy. You better read the fine print, man. Don't jump at a $sign just because they hold it up at you, man. See, we think 500,000. Oh man, where the hell do I sign? Lord Jesus, you got some biscuits in there I can eat while I sign? Y'all don't know how slick some of these people in the dominant society are, dude. Y'all don't know. Hell no, I didn't sign. No. Hell no. I didn't sign none of that shit. Hell no. Nigga, they go at that paper Yeah, that 500K is a slave deal. Yeah, shout out. Y'all like my Mario shirt? That's what's up. But understand, family, oh, you got to have a good attorney. I got a great attorney, by the way. I got a great attorney. He's badass. Badass, brother, in Beverly Hills. He don't fuck around. He don't fuck around at all. Black dude. He represents a lot of, big names in Hollywood. Real good dude. My brother Daryl Miller. But understand this, family. All money ain't good money. Understand that. All money is not good money. You know, it's Black History Month. And I got an email from a prison, a correctional facility, somebody who this was in Michigan. I'm going to give y'all the name. It was a prison in Michigan. Disrespectful shit by having Prince's image on there with Justin Timberlake. All right? I think it was disrespectful. I've seen clips of Justin Timberlake performing, and there was supposed to be a hologram of Prince. And, we were talking about how Prince did an interview years ago saying he don't want to be no part of some shit where he's dead and you're using people's music or images when they're dead. Prince not only didn't like that concept, he said it was demonic, using a dead person's likeness for new music. Prince said that's some demonic ass shit right there. Prince, those are his words, and that's true. Prince said that is demonic. I don't want no shit like that. They know he didn't want it. They did it anyway for the sole purpose of being disrespectful. Prince did not like Justin Timberlake. Justin Timberlake does a lot of little shit like that. With the whole thing with Janet Jackson pulling her titty out and just leaving Janet Jackson to hang. Then when Michael dies, Justin Timberlake is all up in the video singing on the Michael Jackson track. So they do little shit like that as a little backhanded compliment, but it's really a diss. It's really a diss. So Sheila E. tried to check Justin Timberlake. Yeah, they had Justin Timberlake playing the piano. Then they had an image of Prince for the sole purpose of disrespecting Prince. Then they'll disrespect you and make it seem like they're honoring you. That was to disrespect that man. Yeah, I saw the crowd wasn't even feeling it. And then they lit up the city with the blue, with the purple and all that to try to make it seem like they were kind of honoring Prince. Prince wasn't with that shit. You honor him by honoring his wishes. Let me tell you something. If Chris Brown wanted to do a hologram of Elvis on stage with him, the white supremacists would burn the venue down. They don't play that shit with their icons, especially other people dealing with their icons. That's why they hated Michael Jackson so much for buying them catalogs of all those people, of Elvis and the Beatles. They don't like that shit. They don't want you touching their shit, let alone doing holograms. They don't want you touching none of this shit. Yeah, shout out to Dennis Edwards from The Temptations. Dennis Edwards was from Birmingham, a place where I grew up as a child. But yeah, man, shout out to Prince, who was a fan of my movies. Prince used to tell people to get my movies. Prince was the real deal. Prince wouldn't do anything for $1. That's why the industry tried to disrespect Prince when he was alive, and he wouldn't let him. See, that's what they do. They try to get you when you're gone, then they try to have their way with you and do little shit just to be doing it. Because they know they couldn't get away with no fuck shit like that when Prince was alive. That Prince was about his bag. Prince shut a lot of bullshit down. That's why you didn't see a lot of, not a lot, none. You wouldn't even see Prince's music on YouTube. Prince would shut that shit down. Like, y'all ain't putting my music up for free online. Y'all not gonna rape me. I ain't your fucking slave. If you're gonna treat me like one, I'm gonna wear a slave thing on my face. Prince gave their ass hell. and they would try to bury Prince, and Prince still thrived because he was such an incredible artist. That man said, fuck it, you fuck with my record sales, nigga, you can't stop me from touring. I show up somewhere and show out, and I'm good. Prince said, okay, what, you fucking with my little money? I can't record under my name? Well, nigga, I'll change my name to some shit that you can't even pronounce. How about that? And I'll perform under that. I'll change my whole fucking name to some shit that don't even exist. Prince was giving their ass hell and made the shit work. They couldn't stop him. They couldn't do anything they wanted to with the brother. Yeah, Justin Timberlake always took shots at Prince. Yeah, he said, look, okay, I can't perform under the name Prince because I'm under contract. Well, look, I'll wait the contract out and my name is the artist formerly known as Prince. And the shit worked. So Prince, he always stayed ahead of the game. He knew what was happening. You dig? That's why his death was very mysterious. And see, when cats died, right after he died, you hear about songs missing from his vault. All of a sudden, songs are missing. There's all types of fuck shit going on with the Prince estate. Tracks and reels and masters are missing. Oh, man. You did? Say Justin Timberlake need hands and feet put on him. Hilarious.
Vanity, he had all the bad ones. So we kind of gave him a pass. I'm like, well, damn, do I need to put some heels on to get one of them? You know, he was one of the few people we would get a pass to because we saw how he was getting down and we saw the game. So Prince was, again, dainty like a fox. He was like, yeah, I got the eyeliner on, but y'all gonna give me my money. Once he got in the door, he learned the business and he learned how to get his paper. And Prince stayed on top of the game and he stayed ahead of the curve in the music industry because this guy was one of the most successful black independent artists. Understand, Prince was an independent artist later on in his career. And this brother toured around the world and was very successful. And he was able to get his catalog back from 2 years ago. And that's what they didn't like. Just like with Michael. Michael was dainty. Michael got that Sony catalog. They don't like that. They don't like a black man getting in the door, then flipping on him. You know who else done that? Byron Allen. Byron Allen, he's a billionaire. Now, Byron Allen, he played the corny black man role. See, Byron Allen, people looked at him as just another corny comic. He was, did these little corny jokes in the 80s and 70s, and they let him in. Like, he's non-threatening. But Byron Allen went in there, learned the game, and then all of a sudden, people looked up, and this dude had $500 million, just out the blue. So cats got to know how to play that game a little bit. So I pop my collar to people like Byron and Prince and Michael. If you're dainty like a fox, don't just put on some eyeliner and you ain't got no real agenda. I'm just saying.